His two kids came and they brought
Okay.
Ready? Call this meeting to order. Roll call. Gene Huntefield.
Yep.
Johnny Tremaine.
Here.
Bobby Mills. Absent. Kelly Will.
Sir?
Mario.
Here.
Greg Tuff's out. Tina Bojack's out. Sue.
Here.
Mary Beth.
Here.
E.G.
Here.
Okay. Vendors, Ice Marking, Debbie Smith. You're on.
Connie's substitute for Deb.
Last year, well, we've always in the past taken care of the ice vendors and stuff. We didn't feel like we sold a lot of ice last year, but there were like just a couple unattended ice freezers in other places.
We're gonna cut down on that. They don't, we're just gonna let you guys take care of the ice.
Okay,
Now, the Suns will have their own.
right. But these were just like randomly placed and I
We're not gonna do that.
free for all, or what the deal was.
Yeah.
We actually removed,
Right.
People just took the ice out and then I know they didn't.
well,
Right, taking out.
the one at the community center, there was probably 60 bags that we took out of that one, and I don't know where they went to. We loaded in the city truck Monday after the event.
We can't take them back. Once we buy them, we own them. They won't take them
Probably
back.
where-
Yeah, but two, but you can't anymore.
I don't know where they went to.
Hard telling. Probably got to throw it on the ground, let them melt. But anyway, you guys gonna take care of it. We'll have 2 boxes up at your place, and you guys just take care of all that.
And then, we just need a location that's good for the vendors.
Okay.
You know, they can find us.
We'll get that together too. We're working on that.
Right, okay, and then guess we've also taken care of the vendor money. Like when the vendors need to exchange money,
Oh, okay,
we've
okay.
always
All right, that's fine.
handled that too.
Right. That's fine.
That's still,
Yep, still on just like it was last year.
okay.
Making change starting with $3,000, is that right, E.G.?
Is that where it started after 3,000?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean? Yeah. No.
No, for her.
For the dues you get in the chamber and stuff, yeah. And they always take that, then it all gets collected there, then I'll pick that up from them later. When they're finished, they'll call
Right.
me, then please will run me up.
Same as last year, no changes. But we're just gonna do the ice a little different, because the Suns' bill got interfered with our bill and whatever. It was a mess. So we're gonna do it all different. That way there's no confusion. Any more? Vendors? We've got about, what, 12 food vendors?
Yeah, another one came in today, so we're up to 13, and then I got another call from a guy that wanted to extend the deadline, and I went ahead and left that open until next Friday for a particular vendor. However, if there are more vendors coming in, we're willing to extend the deadline for appropriate ones.
And we're probably getting pretty close to what we need. That way everybody will sell out.
Hope so.
Marketing.
Well, our billboard should go up within the next couple of days, I think. So they'll be up for a few weeks' time. We'll have our ad on Eagle Country starting this week. The Fall Fest tab will go out and register publications. The deadline for that, I think, is tomorrow, so it would probably go in the next couple of weeks. September issue of the Bright Beacon will have a full center spread, as we discussed. Hollywood's doing some stuff on B105, I'm not sure yet. Any assistance that you can offer as it relates to sharing this on social media would be very helpful. I've asked all of the entertainment to do the same, to share it on their social media sites. Did you have something, Connie?
Our newsletter just went out.
Oh, good, thank you.
Friday.
Yeah. yeah, I appreciate what you guys are doing over there to help promote and market this.
Things are going pretty good. Tickets will be in next Monday.
Yep, tickets will be in, they'll be delivered to UCB. Thank you, Sue and EG. On the 8th, either Sue or I, or both of us, will distribute them on the 9th, and then ticket sales start on the 10th. So that's kind of where we are on ticketing, so send people either to UCB, Visitor Center, Community Center, or Hollywood. The benefit is Hollywood's open 24 hours. If somebody needs to get them after hours, they can do that anytime at Hollywood Gift Shop.
Free tickets cut off the 20th, is it?
We have 4 dates. Actually, those postcards will go out tomorrow morning to the City of Lawrenceburg residents. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. Do you mind handing them out to giving everyone one of those? So this is the language that we talked about in the previous meeting. So the opportunities for them to come pick up their tickets will be September 10th. It's a Wednesday from 10 to 2, a Saturday from 10 to 2, another Wednesday from 4 to 8, and then another Saturday from 10 to 2. And EG has finally kindly found some volunteers to help man that. John Johnson and Kelly Kime and Sue are going to lend their efforts to help distribute those tickets to those folks. So it's suggested on the postcard that they bring their postcard in here to City Hall. Additionally, what they will likely do, if it's okay with the committee, is fill out a form with their name, address, and list the names of the individuals that are residing in that household, and then submit that to receive their tickets. So John has merged the pool list with the utility list, and we think we have a pretty comprehensive list of city residents.
Well, it's not gonna be a perfect situation, but we'll get through it.
And we'll work in the next couple of days on getting this information out on social media and probably through Eagle Country. In the event that someone doesn't receive a postcard, they'll know what to do.
But free tickets after Saturday 20th, no more, that's it. That's the cutoff. No matter who you are, where you are, whatever. That's it. Any more on this?
And John, you'll be here.
Yes, for those days I'll be here.
Okay, just the first group is Mike Swing and Joe Marine, so they'll they'll appreciate the assistance, and I'll stop down for a little bit and stuff. So.
I'll be here.
Thank you.
Okay.
So are we advertising about Thursday night being free? I haven't really,
It's on the website as such. I asked them not to really address the pricing on this particular piece because it is complimentary. Ultimately, that's kind of what we're telling them. But yeah, it does on the website and the rack card. It does indicate that Thursday's
leads you to
free.
believe, just going by the dates, other than, I guess it does say tickets for Friday and Saturday.
The fence, did we order the fence?
Yes,
Good,
yes.
good.
Double check with Brenda tomorrow when she gets back in there, but the agreement went out last week.
We might as well talk about it now. Shut the roads down 6 o'clock that Tuesday, so they can get the rides and stuff up.
John, didn't we use Tuesday last, we stepped up a day earlier than last year. I think it was Tuesday. And we shut.
I got it down for 6 o'clock on Tuesday, yes.
That gives him a little extra time to get the rides up.
Yeah, that's what it was last year.
Yeah, because we always shot for Wednesday, but then it ended up starting.
Then you inspect Wednesday afternoon?
Either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning, depending what his schedule is.
What's that?
Our inspection.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's supposed to come down this week. I had a couple questions for him, so.
Is he gonna let Carl do it, or is he gonna come down and do it?
Oh, I'm sure he'll be there.
Yeah, he usually stops himself to.
Him and Carl and us all get together.
Okay.
Did you, I was thinking on that, what they always went down and said something to St. Lawrence, because instead of bringing the buses around the front of the school, they just dropped them off on Short Street and have them walk down, but they always let them know ahead of time.
Mike, when you supposed to contact him? I was here, you were supposed to do that last meeting. So you already forgot.
I know Rob talked to him about the shelter in place, and he also asked him about Grandparents' Day, because I think that was an issue last year, but that's in October.
And again, they just have a new principal, as Mike knows, so it's a male, I mean, a guy, you
Mr.
know, so
Ozark,
he's
Mike
not
Ozark.
gonna know anything about what happened last year, so.
Contact Lee?
Take care of it. I got it.
Hey, write it down.
You're all
I'm writing it down.
Pooh, you have something?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the
That's right.
fence thing.
I'm saying.
We first talked, there's no tarps gonna be hung on no fences, right?
Not inside, outside perimeter, not inside.
Right.
No, what do you mean by that?
The outside perimeter going around the place.
There will be on the Little League field a 6-foot fence behind you.
That's back behind, okay.
Yes.
Nothing
But not-
inside.
Not, okay.
Can you send me a copy of your insurance? What do you, yeah, thank you.
I talked to, we do have insurance,
Okay,
and he's gonna send you a copy
good, thank you.
of our certificate.
Okay, thanks.
We're looking at this rider insurance, and they're gonna charge us an extra thing to do this. We don't know what it's going, we gotta have your guys' insurance to make it cheaper for us.
He's gonna send it. I talked to him today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have it every year, I'll get you a copy of it.
Of course, the insurance company's gonna tell you you don't have to have it. You know how they work.
Kelly, did you get my email from Kathy Rossi?
I'll have to look at it again, because I didn't initially see the attachment.
What it was I just asked her about the insurance.
Okay,
And she won't send that until she gets the contract.
okay,
Are
so
we
she
still
will
on
send it.
track with the contract?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Actually, that one should be paid tomorrow, right?
should be.
Okay.
I think she was just wanting to sign a copy of the signed contract.
Well, once we get to it, make sure she gets this one. That should go out tomorrow, should be approved tonight, go out tomorrow. Got any more on the,
I can fit in wherever you want me.
go down, might as well.
What we talked about with vehicles and structures, I did, Rob researched it and I did find the fire code on it. It's two-sided. We do have to do some special things
Thank you.
under the fire code for, anybody want a copy of the fire code stuff? Anybody else? What it amounts to is, the fire code states that 5 gallons or a quarter tank, whichever is lowest, disconnect batteries. And this is to get it in, to put them in the event center. Fill openings are closed and sealed to prevent tampering. And nothing fueled or off-fueled in the building, so.
We have to have fire watch?
Probably gonna have to, we're gonna have to have a fire watch anyway, just the fact of the building being occupied, because the hotel's not done. So we'll try to run a dual, we'll have to have 2 guys, so we'll get them to walk through where the vehicles are too. So I gotta get with Bobby on this, and, because we're gonna have to inspect these cars before they go in, so. I did pull off, and Rob did too, Rob pulled a bunch of stuff off on checklists and stuff that other departments do, so.
Good. What's Indianapolis do?
I didn't look at them, but he called Cincinnati, I have Houston's, and then he's got some cars too. guidelines too. Actually, the car shows do have guidelines. But this is basic stuff. This is by law what we have to do is the minimum right? Because the state adopted the fire code like everybody knows. Radios, she was off. She contacted me today. They're looking into the utility frequency, the city frequency. So, did you guys want to go ahead and just sign that and move on that, and then we'll decide what frequency or whatever?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I gave you the right copy of that, correct?
Let me look.
But she was supposed to get back with me on that today, and she didn't, as of yet. Gene, still waiting, I gotta get clarification on Brian's question about the parking around the Durban Plaza.
Okay.
And I'll probably have to seek Joe's input on that too, from our conversation we had the other night, so.
Well, if he wants to take that and do it himself, we can't stop him.
Well, it's up in the air on whether or not that we gotta maintain 20 feet for a fire lane around this building.
That's what I mean, but if he wants
They
to,
weren't, they was parking against the building last year,
if he wants to rent it out, that's his baby.
so.
Yeah, they did it before. We didn't have an issue with that, but then when we got the complaint that he was parking up against the building.
Well,
What we gotta look at is,
I'd watch him, because you never know.
I'll have to get legal counsel on this.
Alright.
I think that's all I had.
We ought to put that in motion for, use these radio, or order radios.
I would so move.
In a second,
Good.
all in favor? Alright, go ahead and do the radios, John.
You want me to go ahead and just sign it and go, or do you guys want to, okay, that's fine.
No, don't sign it, we gotta run it through claim first.
Well, I mean, to sign the commitment paper.
Yeah, that's
The quote. And then I still gotta I gotta get that done as far as the money, the prize money for the chili contest. I'll try to do that.
Y'all run that through for next meeting. Have it
Yeah,
ready.
I gotta get it done so we can get it.
Bring it to here and we'll okay it, then we'll
Okay.
take it through the board of
Well,
work.
I'm gonna fill it out tomorrow. I just made a note of
Okay.
myself,
The fireworks and everything's on it, as you know.
so. Just the contract, we are, when we did the, using the field, they noted about, concern about, the roof at the high school, so what we're gonna do is end up putting 2 people on the roof of the high school, with water cans, just in case the wind changes, so. We're better off just to prevent, put a little bit of preventive in that than take the risk of it, so. We'll get busy on Saturday for that, so. As far as I know, we're good to go.
Mike, you got anything?
Spoke to Steve Roseberry with Lawrenceburg Chevrolet today, so we're good there. They're gonna give us either 2 Suburbans or a Suburban and a Tahoe. Again, Cheryl Hagg's good. They're probably gonna give us whatever they can, expeditions or what they're for transport, so we're good there. Got a meeting set up tomorrow with Mr. Vogelsang and Mr. Schneider, the school. They are interested in working the parking lots, parking cars, so I'll know more on that tomorrow as well.
You talked to them about the one across and,
They're gonna handle that. They're gonna run they're gonna have their people do the minibuses to get people across safely, however, drop them off in, whatever area we want them, I guess probably more like the Short Street area, back in there. But their people's gonna run all their minibuses, so we don't have to worry about any of that.
and then do with that,
Yeah,
that's good.
it's all on them. And then he said that they were interested in working the parking lot behind the pool, across from the pool.
Yeah.
I did tell him that was gonna be, part of that was gonna be designated for handicap parking. And then I'm sure they'll probably wanna work the one next to Fire Company 1. So,
Let's get it where we can block it off for them.
yeah,
rope or put
set up
scotch tape or
barricades
something.
or whatever we need, yeah. So, but I'll know more on that tomorrow for sure, 'cause I'm supposed to have a meeting with those two tomorrow.
Good. Anything on security?
I'm gonna start making phone calls tomorrow, start talking with some of the tour managers and stuff like that, get a feel for who and what I'm dealing with. Other than that, no, I mean, it's just, I think we'll be fine. We had a little meeting amongst ourselves, and I think, you know, especially Friday's meeting, I think we'll be fine with everything we need, so.
Good.
The only thing I did have, I know last year we did speak, and I went down there before the meeting. We spoke about having an access lane come in on that hill. That still be feasible for us instead of trying to come,
Not with all those people.
no, not coming down Todd Lane, the house.
Oh, up
and
front.
that open,
Yeah, what would there be an access lane?
There'll
we
be a
could-
fence there now.
yeah, that's what I was saying, there's gonna be a fence there.
All the way
And
across?
would it be possible to gate that?
Why would you cross the road?
At the top, he's talking about going down over the hillside there, we're gonna park the semi.
Yeah, right across
at the
from St.
bottom.
Lawrence there. I know we talked about last year a little bit about building that up to make it like a little roadway for us. But, I mean, I can't see of any other way of us being able to get down in there, and we're gonna have,
Well,
vehicles
last
to
year we went
transport.
the back way there at the, off of Water Street.
The ramp.
Comes down Duncan.
is that you guys planning on fencing that up in there too by
There'll be
KFC?
fence at the
You put a
bottom.
gate there.
The bottom, okay.
Because where the people's coming in, that's gonna be too congested going in and out of there. That'd be a nightmare.
He's talking about the vacant lots
The
there. across from
vacant
St.
lot,
Lawrence.
yeah, because there's nothing there. Like, you know, last year there was, like, the one ride was on the new part of St. Lawrence, and then there was nothing where that vacant lot was. So, you know, it would have been easier for us just to come in and come down that hill to right there where a command post is, but I mean, if we
Oh, we'd
can,
have to build a road.
We ain't building a road. We ain't got the money. Hey, you guys can walk and get in your cars.
do what?
You guys can walk and get in
No,
your
we're
cars.
talking about transport vehicles.
Oh,
We gotta have transport vehicles down there.
Yeah, I'd have to build a road.
And if you make them walk, they're gonna want segways.
no, not here. I mean, it is what it is. We got put.
Like, everybody is gonna have to come down
Say
through the
what?
main gate down that hill, right? People even working, and the whole thing has to come down.
That's
that-
it.
that's
Down by the-
only-
By Dunkin'
But
Donuts?
I got a meeting Thursday night with all, they're gonna be asking me how we gonna get in on it. But
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say you're gonna have to walk through the main gate down that hill.
They gotta have the armbands. They don't have them, they're not coming in. We're not gonna argue with them.
I'm stressing.
We don't have
that
time.
Thursday At our meeting.
If they don't have a band, they can't come in and ask for a band. We're not gonna do it. We just don't have the time. I mean, it's gonna be
Yeah.
a cluster the way it is.
God, no.
Well, I just don't wanna see other people coming in other gates, you know what I'm saying? And mine's gonna come to me and say, well, how come they pick these people here, I should come in special gates?
Well, there's gonna be that back gate there.
Yeah, but we ain't allowed to come in there, right?
Yeah, well, yes, we are.
That's a problem.
Yes, we are too, 'cause-
That's why they came in last year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they was tracking them over the golf carts.
yeah, and we watch, and like I said, these armbands I have to give out for, I watch it close.
We're gonna have one
You know
out
what I'm
there.
saying? It's-
Yeah, I mean, there'll be a gate at the.
There'll be a
community
gate there you can go through.
So I can tell these that they can come in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back where, by the,
As long as they've got
Rec
the
center.
ticket and their, and then.
as long as they got their band, they can come on in.
Yeah, we need that back gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps with, because most of our workers park at the Legion, and it helps with parking and we just golf cart them,
Right.
so we don't have all, so then when the park closed. and-
That's how Hollywood and the handicap's gonna get in too.
Okay, that, I mean, that'll
Yeah.
help us a lot.
Actually, there's gonna be two gates, but that's gonna be a small, real small gate there.
Okay.
There'll be a gate in between the emergency gate between the two ballparks too.
Yeah, that gate gonna be there again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you'll be at Thursday's SAL meeting, won't you, Mayor? You can
I don't know if we will or
I'll
not.
throw it over on your back.
Yeah, I'll be there.
For sure.
You already heard what I've already heard about Hollywood having, they, down there have come up and said Hollywood's having a beer shed over there. I said, Hollywood ain't having no beer shed over there.
Worst thing ever happened in this country is Facebook. That's the worst thing ever happened in this country.
We've got our emails out to our surrounding law enforcement agencies, so we'll start getting our numbers in. I'll be able to give you a count or something before too long. Plus in-house, we're having a supervisors meeting Thursday, and our main topic will be Fall Fest like it always is. And I'll go in and update our plan of action and make sure Johnny, he always gives us his. I'll make sure Kelly has a copy, and then I'll always take a copy over to Jackie in case somebody in the community wants to know, are the police prepared for this event?
As long as we know ahead of time, everybody who your people's gonna be, we'll be all right.
Every year.
Then we can have the bands out ahead of time, last minute. If you're last minute, you're out of luck. We just don't have the time to go through all that. Any more?
I guess I just have more of a question, I guess. So I'll be filming some video for Fall Fest, not for the city, but just on our own, for making our own, like, commercial, I should say.
Who is?
But,
Can you come to the podium and announce your
sure.
name?
Is it on? Okay. No, we own a business right over here, Pinpoint Print, and we just make videos and different things like that. But we're
Film
going
videos?
No. We're going to do it ourselves. We're just going to make it, and then we're going to just create one big video. We've took footage from music on the river. We'll be taking video from the zombie walk, just different events all year long. And then we're going to make one big video at the end, just on Lawrenceburg, basically like a big long commercial, or 3-minute one, I should say.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of, who are you with and who?
Pinpoint Print and E-Media.
Okay, and your name is?
You're right.
Uriah, okay. And you've been hired by?
Nobody's
who to do
hired
that?
us. We're just doing it on our own. But the issue is we have a drone, so we're going to fly a drone over it.
Ooh,
So we just want to kind of let you know.
yeah, timeout.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
The only issue, maybe some of the riders have indicated, the entertainment in the riders indicate no video of the bands.
Can't take pictures of them or anything.
That's fine.
We need to see what you're gonna do. But some of this stuff, we got riders, they won't let us do this or that.
The actual,
We
the
don't
law
want a drone
stands on it.
on it.
It's, once we go above a certain amount of feet, which it will go, it's a federal issue. And it's just like a blimp flying over a football game. They can take pictures even though it's protected as long as we don't sell the video.
If off that drone goes down the middle of people and hurts people,
The likelihood of that is almost near to
it's
none.
always a likelihood.
It was the same as a helicopter or a plane flying over a passenger plane.
You got insurance?
Yes, we have insurance.
I don't know. What's the committee think about that?
I think we need to speak to legal.
Well, there is no law on it as of yet.
Oh, if
So-
we put an ordinance together, there will be though.
Well, I mean, it's a federal issue.
No, it would be a local city issue if you take the drone and put it over a crowd of people.
Okay,
That we hold
I'm on-
a A&E permit for.
All right.
We control that, though. They need, it gives us airspace and everything.
Again, that's for legal.
Yeah, we have to let them, before you do that, we have to check our.
And if you have
Insurance.
specs or anything like that on what type of drone it is and
Yeah, maybe if you could create a proposal, I could then forward it to Leslie.
Yeah.
You mind sending me a proposal?
Nowadays, you gotta make sure everything's insured and everything, before we do all this.
That's why I'm saying it's not part of the city or
Something
it's not
happens,
part of
they're gonna come after you,
anything.
they're gonna come after us. So, well, you let him do it.
No, that's why I want to make sure. I was just more or less letting you be aware of it. Because when we did the music on the river, they came and approached some of the officers and were like, hey, are you using that for crowd control? So I just wanted to make sure nobody was under the gun.
well, and we'd have to check with our people to make sure they're not using something also. So again, as she suggests, if you have a proposal put together, and I would ask for the specs of what type of, vehicle and drone it is.
Okay.
So do you have your contact information you
Yeah.
can give?
Yeah,
to
I think you have my
Kelly or-
contact info, don't you, Uriah? Okay,
Oh, okay,
thanks.
good.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention, PG Gentrip will be at the next meeting, to discuss his Purple Heart Awards. But when I spoke with him today, he asked which, evening the committee would prefer that he do that, either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I really thought maybe the type of entertainment that we have on Friday would be fairly complimentary to what he's doing, and Merritt thought the same thing. But it's truly up to the committee when it may be best that
But you're
do
still
that.
sticking with 2 bands, so I mean, you should have to.
We'd have more time on Friday with Saturday. EG sometimes, he's a good man. He gets a little winded.
Like I say, to kind of give him a schedule and time frame to work in, maybe he can polish it up a little bit to hit that time frame.
We can do that.
We're doing it on schedule. I told him, when that's, your schedule's over, you gotta be off. We got the little girl's gonna sing too, the national anthem. Okay, we'll work on it. Is it all right, committee? Okay. Entertainment, we got anything on that? Yeah.
Okay. I got a email from Danny Davis at Pro Video Audio, the production company, last week about Sugar Ray requesting an additional $2,500 worth of backline. That was not in the original rider. However, I've been kind of working to defer that cost since it wasn't in the original rider. But I think Mayor just wanted the committee to be aware that we certainly don't want it to become an issue or a deal breaker, that sort of thing. And Danny's working with us to defer that cost as well. I don't think it'll be a deal breaker, but since Danny's working with them, he'll advise us accordingly. But I just wanted to let the committee know there may be potential for an additional $2,500 backline, but we'll fight it off as much as we can.
Is it for M&Ms or?
No, it's
No,
for
it's-
instruments and
Yeah.
different equalizers and stuff like that. Certain bands it gets more wattage than what other ones does. Tell you, it's unbelievable. It is. They don't bring, some don't bring pianos, some don't bring drums. It's just, if you're gonna do it, this is what you gotta do.
Hoping to have that resolved within a week.
I hope so, yeah, that we can get a commitment, you know.
If Danny can get us out of it, he'll get us out of it. He's pretty good with these bands.
He's talking to him about it. I just honestly, I told him originally, I didn't know if we could even get it approved in time, so.
He'd be the ones getting the back lines.
And he would charge us the
We know
$2,500.
him. But, if he can use some of the other back lines from the other bands, he might be able to do that. But there's so many different varieties of this stuff, it's unbelievable. So that's just, think about what you gotta do with it, we'll find out more about that.
Greg's still in conversation, I guess, with Chelsea from B105. That's not finalized yet, and it may not be, but we have our backup plan.
Maybe we ought to talk.
Probably, I can let Greg know.
If Chelsea don't work, you wanna go with Bubba Bo? We're down to deadline now, we're gonna have to pull the trigger here.
I thought she said she could not do it.
No, she hasn't, they had not determined. It had not been determined by Hollywood yet, whether she could or could not. I actually emailed Greg this afternoon to see where he was on it.
I thought she said she could.
Yeah, Chelsea said you had,
Chelsea said she can't do it.
you would have to go through the station.
And that's what that's what Greg's doing, going through the station. Yes.
If that don't work, you wanna go with Bubba? He's local, he's local radio.
And we can pull the trigger on that now.
Alright,
I think it may get us some free airtime.
Yeah, that's what we talked about last week.
somebody put that in motion?
That's so moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? All against? Okay, we got that covered. We did ticketing. You have anything more on marketing?
No, sir.
Security, game on security? Anybody else have anything?
I do. I just want to say thanks to Sue and EG for all your help.
Yeah, it's a big help. Help us out with these tickets stuff. That's a big deal.
Thanks, Sue, don't thank EG. EG just long for the ride there.
Mary Beth, thank you for having your people doing the back for us.
Thank you.
That's a big help.
It really helped because there was some concern about the ticketing. So it's UCB, our friendly bankers
On that
handle.
Saturday,
Oh, I did have a
September
question.
20th, the Lions Club has their chicken fries, so nobody could, you all knew that, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
That's the same Saturday?
What's that?
That's the same Saturday as Fall Fest?
No,
That's the
it's
20th with
this
the
Oh, okay.
ticketing and stuff. That's why I couldn't get anybody from the Lions Club, but Sue's working on that, right?
Yeah. Try to get some help
We'll
on
get
that.
some-
I can go.
Isn't that awful?
I think we'll get
Thanks.
somebody from UCB or something.
Kelly, did you and Mary Beth on the meet and greet or the assembly get all that squared away, or?
No, we have to go through the contracts, but you did receive my email this morning. Have you addressed any of that yet, or some of it you don't know about?
We're gonna talk about that.
Okay,
How's that?
sounds good.
They each want their own room.
Well, that's not possible.
No, you can put them in that big room.
And I honestly think if you have a conversation with their tour manager, is it their tour manager? Yes. You can explain to him. So it may be just best handled in a phone call.
Okay. I shall call you.
Put partitions on or something.
They'll usually work with you on it.
Well, but what Cheap Trick just wants a room for each person. And then a room for their
How
crew.
many bathrooms you got down
And
there?
then a room for a production office. So they want 6 rooms.
You can split 'em up.
I think you can explain to them what you have
And I shall,
and say, take it or leave it.
yes.
Yeah, they'll take it.
And Johnny's gonna, at least, we're gonna have phones hooked up for them if they want a phone.
Right.
I don't know why they need a phone when everyone has cell phones today.
So,
I
and
think they wanted a fax line is what they wanted.
I have a fax line, but it's in that office, and it's the only one we have.
They're gonna have to come, you use it. So, you explain it to them, they'll work with you.
And they are asking for alcohol in here. Do they know
We
that?
wrote that off on the riders. That's all wrote off.
Okay,
Be no alcohol at all.
okay.
you may want to reiterate that to the tour manager and let him know it was redlined when we sent the contracts.
Okay.
We just can't.
I just didn't know if they knew that for sure.
Hollywood don't even do it. When they have bands in, they don't give them alcohol.
Because they also want a washer and dryer, and we have a,
Hey, Mayor, what about them bringing their own?
Well, we can't stop that. They bring their own in.
They will.
Yeah.
they even smoke in the
They'll have, it'll be on their buses. I mean,
I think that's what all the solo cups are for.
probably.
Yeah.
They know that nothing goes on stage or none of that, it's all in there.
Well, I hope you keep a tight line on it,
Oh, we
with
will.
alcohol.
Well, that's all gonna be behind stage.
I'm still saying on the alcohol, there's a lot of their roadies come in the beer shed if they come in carrying it in there, you know what I'm
Can't.
saying?
We won't let them out of the gates with it.
Okay.
That gate's gonna be watched close this year.
How many of them run out of alcohol in there, the bottles?
Well, hard to control that little half pint they stick down their jacket.
The fireworks Sunday night,
If we catch them, we just get rid of them.
they had National Guard out, keep people from bringing drinks on the levee.
Who did?
Fireworks, WDN fireworks Sunday night.
Yeah, but look at that
National
crowd.
Guard
there.
out, they leave their drinks in the garbage can.
We got footage that tells them they can't come in the beer garden.
Well,
Worked on them.
our gates gonna be, last year, we had a little trouble.
Yeah.
This year, they're gonna be manned better. We had a lot of trouble last year, well, that much is gone.
Yeah, we could probably use volunteers for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to do bag check. And then volunteers Friday and Saturday to sell tickets, bag check, and put wristbands on. So,
I was at National Drags yesterday. Bag check, they was looking inside their bags, actually putting their hands in, moving things around. I didn't think that was right, but they were doing it. And they weren't police either. It was their personnel.
Well, you're on private property versus public property, though.
They did.
Well, I say
I couldn't
they're
believe
on private property. Yeah.
They was actually putting their hands in bags, moving things around.
Again, private versus public
Yeah, it's
property.
true. Well, that will just do
Kelly, yeah, I
visual
would think
checks.
you need to start lining those people up, because that,
oh, yeah, yeah.
Some are
If
gonna,
anyone's interested or know anybody who's interested in assisting with that, that would be great.
but we'll get us a list, cause so we can get them bands and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll use some of the personnel we got. We'll keep them hot.
I was just thinking corrections, but that may not be the right group.
Well,
They may stick their hand
they
up
may go in
first.
that bag. Okay, no more on security, anything, anybody got anything else? Pops up in their mind. Okay, motion adjourned.
So move.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Okay, we're good.
Thank you all.
Next Tuesday, same time.